If you are considering leaving a job or a career, even if you've really come to hate that job, even if you know all of the reasons very clearly why you want to do that and you're still not taking that step, it may well be because that work is filling these emotional holes for you. And you don't know what it would mean if those things weren't being given to you by your work. Hello, welcome back to the podcast. Spring has definitely sprung here in the UK. It's a gorgeous sunny day, blue skies above me, and couldn't resist being outside. So I hope you get to enjoy some birdsong, occasional bumblebee passing by. And today I'm going to talk about the fundamental transactional relationship between us and our work, and what it means to build a business around our intrinsic value. Simply what it means to build a business around who we are when we strip everything else away. So I'm going to start by telling a story that I don't feel very good about telling, but needs to be told. It does not show me in a very good light. I was on Instagram and I saw a post by a fellow coach, and she was talking about being in nature, being in the woods, her daily practice with nature. And I found myself thinking, how would someone be able to distinguish between us? Because I'm much better than she is. She's just starting out as a coach. I have so much experience. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I'm a hard-nosed business person. I've built a successful company. I've done really long-term, deep coach training. I've got a lot of hours behind me. And someone might look at this person and think we were just the same. I really need to show my value. This was the thought that came out of it. I really need to find a way to make my value clear so that people know that when they're working with me, they're getting all of this depth of business experience and deep coaching training and blah, 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 so on and so forth. And then I realized, no. All of those things, me being a founder, 15 years experience in business, selling a company, those things are my value as perceived by the capitalist system. They are not my intrinsic value. They are absolutely not who I am. So let's delve into this idea of the transactional relationship between us and our work. And I'll talk about what I have realized this meant for me when I had my own company. So many of you know, I founded my own company. I grew that company over the course of 15 years. And when I had my company, particularly as we became more established, more successful, we had a reputation, I got many things from my company beyond dividends or salary. I received a sense of value, a sense of self-worth, recognition, acceptance, importance, fulfillment, leverage. And when I sold my company to my team 2 years ago, it left a kind of hole emotionally, because it was no longer giving me those things. For a while, sure, I could kind of ride off the coattails of that story. But the more time went by, the less I could take those things from that story of me being a founder and a business person. And as I embarked on my new venture, my new adventure with regenerative work life, it was just me. There was no brand, no network, no reputation, no team, just me. And it felt so naked, so exposing. My God, it's such a vulnerable place when it's just you. And of course, I began to ask that new business to fill the gaps left by my old business. I began to ask that new business to give me that sense of self-worth, of value, of acceptance, importance, success, security. And when I did that, inevitably, by extension, I was asking my clients to give me those things, my audience to give me those things, even you, my listeners, to give me those things. Because of this hangover of a transactional relationship and how we understand or how we interact with work. And realizing this has also given me a greater depth of appreciation for what I am asking of my clients when we do this work together of leaving a corporatized world of work, often quitting a job and moving into regenerative work. Because when I talk about quitting, of course, I'm also asking them to not only give up a salary, benefits, which is the thing that everyone is very focused on, understandably, but I'm also working with them to give up whatever those things are that they are getting from their work, be it a sense of belonging, a sense of security, power, perhaps, prestige, self-importance, recognition, acceptance, all of these things that I've been talking about. If you are considering leaving a job or a career, even if you've really come to hate that job, even if you know all of the reasons very clearly why you want to do that and you're still not taking that step, it may well be because that work is filling these emotional holes for you, and you don't know what it would mean if those things weren't being given to you by your work. I didn't know what it meant. But to be a regenerative entrepreneur, at whatever scale, whether that's you're a freelancer, you're self-employed, or you have your own business, or you want to start your own business, to be a regenerative entrepreneur then is to fully divest from that transactional relationship. Your work will no longer be responsible for those things that you long for. It will no longer be responsible for quietening those fears. Am I enough? Do I deserve this? Will I ever be successful? What if I fail? You know what this sounds like. You, and only you, are responsible for finding those things within yourself. And only when we fully understand that, Only when we can find those things within ourselves can we truly play a part in protecting and restoring life, which is the purpose of regenerative work as I understand it. I see for myself what happens when I ask my work to carry that responsibility. It sounds like I need more clients, I need more income, I should be getting more listeners, downloads, I should be getting more likes on these posts, I should be getting more engagement. And I lose my way. And more than that, I fall into extractive, manipulative modes of business completely without realizing that I'm doing it. Because I'm asking my business to give me those things. And by contrast, when I am able to find those things within myself, when I can know that I am and always have been enough exactly the way that I am, people feel that energy. They are attracted to it, and they somehow understand what I have to offer without me really needing to explain it. When I find those things inside myself, I know what my work is. I don't get distracted by success strategies or needing to prove my value, or somehow thinking that I could ever possibly be in any way better than any other coach. I trust myself implicitly and I connect to my power. I know my value, and I know that it has absolutely nothing to do with my work. Becoming a regenerative entrepreneur is inner work. It is, dare I say, revolutionary work. And I invite you to sit with this question. What emotional gaps are you asking your work to fill? Is there a transactional bargain that you have unwittingly entered into with your work? It's a tough question. It's a tough exploration. Be gentle with yourself and go there. And if you would like help unraveling this, I am here for you. I would love to get to know you. If you visit regenerativeworklife.com/discovery, you can book in a free call with me and we can explore possibilities together. I'd like to end the podcast by thanking and honouring the work of Simone Saul, who inspired this line of inquiry for me. If you're not familiar with her work, you can find her on Instagram. She's absolutely wonderful. I highly recommend. So that's it for this week's podcast. Whatever the weather for you, whatever the season you're in, I hope that you can immerse yourself into it. And I'll see you back here soon.
Thank you for listening to the Regenerative Work-Life podcast. It's time to put what you learnt today into practice. Remember, you were called to this work for good reason. Nature needs each and every one of us, and you can do this. If today's episode has been helpful, please take the time to share it with someone who needs a little guidance in stepping out of corporate and into regenerative. Learn more about how I can help you find your vision for a work life filled with purpose, impact, and joy at regenerativeworklife.com and connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search Alyssa Murphy. I'll see you back here soon for the next episode.